What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Star Wars video, this time with an interesting theory, or what I think is an interesting theory that I've been working on for a few days now, and that I've seen more evidence for just in the last week or so. After a couple of trailers, a handful of TV spots, and a bunch of cool promotional images, everyone knows that Supreme Leader Snoke is set to have a much bigger role in The Last Jedi than he did in The Force Awakens. Obviously that isn't saying much, as Snoke only appeared in 3 scenes last time around, and as a hologram to boot, he wasn't even there. But in this film, he's set to have a much more active role, and really be a key player in the movie's events, rather than this static, passive overlord. Despite that, I'm believing more and more that Snoke will not survive the events of Episode 8. That's right, I think the Supreme Leader is going to bite the bullet, and it's going to be at the hands of his own apprentice, Kylo Ren, something backed up by a potential plot leak. First and foremost, I think it needs to be brought up that this is just the nature of the dark side. I mean, we've heard whispers about whether or not Snoke is truly a Sith, or if he's even really on the dark side, but regardless, if the film follows the structure of previous films, Snoke is the quote-unquote Dark Lord. In line with that, most Dark Lords, especially of the Sith variety, tend to meet an end at the hand of their own apprentices, and you could say that's a product of the Rule of Two specifically, or just more generally how that power dynamic tends to work out, with apprentice killing master just to gain more power. Because of just how often this occurs in the Star Wars universe, it automatically sets up as an extremely likely possibility to occur at some point in this new trilogy, but there are a few factors at play that I think will accelerate that timeline, as tensions between Snoke and his apprentice are set to rise in a big way in this movie. First off, it's been well established in promotional material that Snoke is actually getting a little tired of Kylo, and whether it was his defeat at the hands of Rey, or something new going wrong with his training, or the fact that Snoke just thinks Rey is stronger and sets Kylo aside, multiple sources have indicated Snoke is growing disillusioned with his apprentice. And there are 2 ways this could proceed. First, and maybe most likely, Kylo's jealousy grows into anger and rage, something we've seen in trailers and TV spots prominently with him destroying his helmet. The other side of this is Kylo's redemption, something that's been speculated about basically since The Force Awakens came out. Either way, it seems to culminate in this moment on Snoke's flagship, the Supremacy. While we knew that Rey was set to confront Snoke after that second trailer in which we see her being tortured by the Dark Lord, a new image from Entertainment Weekly has a surprising revelation in the reverse angle. This seems like a part of their confrontation, but before their battle begins, and who's that over her shoulder, kind of blurry in the background? None other than Kylo Ren. I know many fans were concerned that The Last Jedi would mimic a little too closely The Empire Strikes Back, much like The Force Awakens aped A New Hope, but this scene actually strongly reminds me of another Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. And I'm assuming most of you know what I'm referring to here, that pivotal moment as Darth Vader watches the Emperor torture and electrocute his son Luke Skywalker before interfering and throwing his master down one of the Death Star's reactor shafts to his death. Whether Kylo's descending further into the darkness or returning to the light like Vader did in that moment, him being here is a major detail for this scene, as it indicates that somehow he's gonna be involved. I mean, do you think he's just gonna stand there and watch? So in this scene, I think Kylo is going to attack Snoke to stop whatever he's doing to Rey, whether it's to stop her from replacing him or to save her from the Supreme Leader for more noble reasons. And as I mentioned earlier, this is backed up by a recent potential plot leak from over on 4chan, and take this with a grain of salt, but that leak indicates that Kylo turns on and kills his master in a rage after Snoke kills Leia, which Ben failed to do earlier in the film. All in all, I think this just seems to be extremely likely, and I think the most pivotal piece of information is the fact that Kylo is there while Snoke is torturing Rey. I mean, that, to me, signals that he has to have something to do in that scene. He's not just going to stand there for the entirety of the scene, you know, like a piece of furniture. He's got to do something, or else he wouldn't be in the scene. And of the things he could do in that scene, his options are pretty limited. I mean, he either tries to help Snoke out, which I don't think he's going to do. I don't think Snoke would be asking for help. Or he tries to stop Snoke, Return of the Jedi style. And personally, I think that is the much more likely outcome of that scenario. So let me know what you think of that theory in the comment section down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. For more content, check out our website at hybridnetworkyt.com, and if you love HN and want to take your support to the next level, consider donating to us on Patreon as we strive to bring you the best content possible. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.